If you get pain in your finger from throwing flicks, either during or after, I have 3 things you can do that I think will help you out. So first off and most directly, isometrics for the finger in question in the specific direction where it takes on the most force. Okay, so typically it's this finger, the middle finger, and it's usually this joint or this area that gets the most inflamed from the stress of throwing. So if you think about throwing, where is that force going? Typically it's boom, here. People's grips are a little bit different, but boom, the force is pushing this way. Okay, so these tissues have to resist force going this direction. So that's where we're going to start with our isometrics. And we can do it really simply, really gently initially. You don't want to start really intensely. You can start pushing this way to make these tissues resist. If you start at the end of the finger, it's going to be a little bit more, a little longer lever. So if that does not feel good, you can bring it in a little bit, start pushing gently for maybe 20 to 30 seconds. And as you progress, you can start pushing harder and harder, build up that force. So then you're maybe getting to 10, 15-second pushes really hard, holding like that. Eventually, you can also start to do it fast because this force is applied really quickly when we throw. So you could do ballistic isometrics where you're going boom, pushing hard really quickly, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, and that's going to more effectively prepare your finger for the demands of throwing. But do not skip steps. Start slow and easy. That's a really good way to recover and help that finger start to feel better. So number 2 is finger cars, finger movement through its full range of motion. So what I like to do, you can bend and extend this finger as much as possible. The other fingers are going to bend too, that's okay, but then you can isolate it. And I can go here, excuse the middle finger, you're going to go here and here. So that makes you work through a little bit more range of motion. You don't want this to be painful, but if it stays at like a 1 or 2 in pain and doesn't get worse afterwards, you're okay. All right, so we want to make this move. Anytime you have pain or inflammation in a joint or tissues, you want to move it as much as you possibly can through a full range of motion. Then we're going to move this joint a little bit more. So you can use a table. I'm going to show you here and do some hover. So I'm going to spread my fingers out, splay them as much as possible, press my palm down, and I'm going to lift and hover, lift and hover. I'm scraping through my outermost range of motion with each rep. Okay, so this is also working some intensity in the tissues all around that finger, and it's working now this joint. So we've worked here, we've worked here, we've worked here. Sometimes when the joints and tissues down the line don't move super well, this area in contact with this can take on a lot more force because that load is not distributed very evenly. So that takes us to number 3, which is the wrist. So number 3 is wrist cars. What I would have you do is keep your forearm nice and still, draw a big circle with this wrist. A little bit tougher than you might think. You don't want the hand to get involved here. You're just moving that wrist. Imagine you're balancing something on your forearm, and then you can go both directions here. So when your wrist does not move well, it's possible that your fingers and hand might have to take on more stress. So you want to make sure the wrist moves well, the finger moves well all the way up the line, and then we want to make sure that we're addressing this specific tissue that takes on all the force. I hope that helps me, and at the very least, it can help you be stronger and more resilient for your throwing.